Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 1st of March 2022 and now we are going to discuss 5 MCQs based on the current affairs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But before we begin, a small information, the PDF of the discussion will be available in our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. You can go and download it from there at free of cost. Now let's quickly look at the first question. Consider the following pairs. So here the organization and its founder are given. You have to match it correctly. First one, India House. Second one, Free India Society. Third one, India League. So India House, it is given Shyamji Krishna Verma. Second one, Free India Society, it is given Lala Lajpat Rai. Third one, Indian League, it is given Anand Mohan Bose. You have to choose the correct option. So if you see India House, it was founded by Shyamji Krishna Verma. So the first one is right. So here option B gets eliminated. Next, Free India Society. Free India Society, if you see, it was basically founded by Savarkar in 1906. So when he went to London, he founded it there. So the second one is also wrong. The second one is wrong, in fact. Third one, if you see Indian League. Indian League was founded by noted journalist Shishir Kumar Ghosh in 1875 in Calcutta. Okay, this was mainly to develop the feeling of nationalism among the common people. So this third statement or third one is also wrong. So 2 and 3 are wrong, only one is right. So A, one only is the correct answer. Recently, PM has paid the tributes for the freedom fighter Veer Savarkar on his Jayanti on 26 February. So that's why it was in news. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. The second question. Consider the following statements. First one, protein is a macronutrient that is essential to building muscle mass. Second one, chemically, protein is composed of amino acids which are organic compounds made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur. Which of the following statements are correct? Which of the following above statements are correct? Here one only, B two only, C both 1 and 2 and D neither 1 nor 2. You have to choose the correct option, and here if you see the correct option is C both 1 and 2. Both the statements are correct. Every year February 27th is celebrated as the National Protein Day. February 27th is celebrated as National Protein Day, and the National Protein Day aims at creating awareness about the protein deficiency and encourage people to include this micronutrient in their diet. The day urges people to include this crucial macronutrient in their diet, and the day also helps the people to learn more about different sources of plants and animal proteins. This year's theme of India Protein Day is food futurism. The protein is a macronutrient that is essential to build muscle mass, and it is commonly found in animal products, though it is also present in other sources such as nuts and legumes. Chemically, protein is composed of amino acids which are organic compounds made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and sulfur. Just as amino acids are building blocks of proteins, proteins are building block of muscle mass. The collagen is the most abundant protein in the animal world. The ribulose biphosphate carboxylase oxygenase is the most abundant protein in the whole of the biosphere. Okay, so this is about the National Protein Day. Now let's look at the third question. The International Intellectual Property Index 2022 was in news recently. It was released by A, World Economic Forum, B, US Chamber of Commerce, C, World Bank and D, Niti Aayog. You have to choose the correct option. It is International Intellectual Property Index 2022. So generally we will get it out. There is this organization called World Intellectual Property Organization. Generally we will get it out that this intellectual property index is released by this one, but this is wrong. The innovation is released by World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. Okay, so but this intellectual property index is actually released by B, US Chamber of Commerce. Recently India has improved the overall IP score from 38.4% to 38.6%, and the country is ranked 43 out of 55 countries on the Intellectual Property Index 2022. It is released by US Chamber of Commerce, and basically every year they will release this. In July 2021, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Commerce released a review of intellectual property rights regime in India. This review is a welcome development and offer a comprehensive and detailed study of the strengths and weaknesses of India's national IP environment. In this index, India is ranked 43 out of 55, and last year India was ranked 40. The world's best, you can say that the world's top 5 countries are, in terms of intellectual property, 1 is US, 2nd UK, 3rd Germany, 4th Sweden and 5th France. Venezuela is at the last position. So you can say that to a certain extent it's released by a government agency, a US government agency. Now let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements. First one, wheat is a rabi crop that requires cool growing season and bright sunshine at the time of ripening. Second one, India is the world's largest exporter and producer of wheat. Which of the following are correct? A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. If you see both the statements, second statement is wrong statement because India is not the world's largest producer. India is the second largest producer of rice as well as wheat. So the second one is wrong. Whereas the first one, if you see, wheat is a rabi crop that requires cool growing season and bright sunshine at the time of ripening. This is the right statement. So A 1 only is the correct answer. So the Russia-Ukraine conflict, actually, because of this, every news surrounding Russia and Ukraine will be important for us from the exam perspective. So be it the seas, be it the lakes, or be it their economy, or whatever it is. Okay. So keep a close eye on all the things, all the news surrounding Russia and Ukraine. So because of this, actually why this was the news is, recently because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, India has now the opportunity to ship more wheat into the global market. Currently, Russia is the world's largest exporter of wheat, accounting more than 18% of the international exports. In 2019, Russia and Ukraine together exported more than a quarter of the world's wheat. The top 5 countries in terms of wheat export, if you see, first is Russia, second US, third Canada, fourth France, and fifth Ukraine. Ukraine is such a small country, but still it exports large quantity of wheat. Egypt is the world's biggest importer of wheat. India is the second largest producer of wheat with a share of about 13.5% of world's total production. But still we don't export much because in India consumption is also more. And wheat is the second most important cereal crop in India after rice. It is the main food crop in northwestern part of the country, in north and the northwest part of the country. Wheat is a rabi crop that requires cool growing season and bright sunshine at the time of ripening. The success of the Green Revolution contributed to the growth of rabi crops, especially wheat. The macro management of agriculture, National Food Security Mission, and Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana are the few government initiatives to support wheat cultivation. The temperature, if you see it stays somewhere between 10 to 15 degrees centigrade at the time of sowing and 21 to 26 degrees centigrade at the time of ripening and harvesting with bright sunlight. The rainfall is around 75 to 100 centimeters. The soil type, well drained, fertile, loamy and clay soil. And top wheat producing states, if you see, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Bihar and Gujarat. So these are the top wheat producing states. Okay. So this is all about the wheat. Now let's move on to the last question of the day. The jet aircrafts fly very easily and smoothly in the lower stratosphere. What could be the appropriate explanation? First one, there are no clouds or water vapor in the lower stratosphere. Second one, there is no vertical wind in the lower stratosphere. Which of the following statements are correct in this context? A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. If you see the correct option, it is C both 1 and 2. It is a previous year CSE question of 2011. So this question is about the lower stratosphere. So as we all know, after troposphere, we have the stratosphere. Okay, so this is how it is. And stratosphere, if you see the lower stratosphere especially, generally there are no clouds or water vapor in this lower stratosphere, and there are no vertical winds as well. So most of the jet aircrafts flow in this area, in the stratosphere. Okay. So it's a previous year question, so these kind of things are very important. Generally, even from the examination perspective, the atmosphere part, the oceanography and the atmosphere part, both are very important. So just keep a close eye on it. Okay, so that's it, guys. So the explanation is given here. Just you can pause and go through it once, same thing which I've explained here, and just you can just pause and go through it for more information. Okay, so before I leave, just a small information. Currently, we are providing Vision Prelims test series and Vision monthly magazine summaries. You can get these summaries at free of cost, by subscribing to it at just rupees 1440 to our new students and at 1280 for our old students. It's a one-time offer that we are offering, and you can subscribe to it before 6th of March. This is available till 6th of March only. Okay, so do make the best use of this offer that we are providing, because before prelims, what is the important thing? The important thing is to revise things multiple times. So for revision, what you need is precise, concise material, precise, concise notes. So this you can get it from us. Okay, so do check the quality of these initiatives from our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. So that's it guys from my side. I'll see you again tomorrow with 5 more MCQs. Till then keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.